What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I booked 1,000 sales calls for my agency, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm literally going to show you my Calendly right now. But the goal of this video is by the end of it, you could literally just copy and paste exactly what I did to get 1,000 sales calls and get to 10K a month guaranteed. Now, I'll literally pull up my Calendly here because a lot of people don't trust somebody that looks young that makes a ton of money. Totally understand. This is my Calendly. I'll refresh for you guys right now just so you could tell this is real. But I've booked 1,000 sales calls. It says I've completed 794. That doesn't account for no-shows and that type of thing. But the point is I've paid my dues. I've booked a ton of meetings with exactly what I'm going to show you. And the secret that I want to explain to you guys is I wasn't able to do this on my own. I needed help to book 1,000 sales calls. Imagine I'm going and sending outreach to people, and it's not possible to do on your own. So I'm going to show you how you could introduce leverage here so you don't have to send a million outreach by yourself to actually get this result, right? Now, I want to go over a quick concept that not many people understand. I want to ask you a question. In your SMMA, in your agency, what makes your offer different from all of your other competitors in your same saturated niche? And the truth is that if whatever niche you're in, you have all these guys competing for your same clients. So the answer is really nothing. Of course, you could put twists on your mechanism and the way that you actually get people results, but the end goal, the dream outcome you're selling to these people in your niche is relatively the same for most of your competitors. So the only thing that makes you stand out by this diagram, as you can tell, is that people buy you. That's how you turn a red ocean into a blue ocean. People buy into you and people will work with you because they could actually believe in the claims that you're giving them. Because right now it's a race to the bottom on who could give the most wild guarantee that's impossible to reach. And the truth is that you don't need such a wild guarantee if the person listening can just believe that you could get them the result that you're saying. And it's done through a specific way. Now, this is a mistake I made in my agency, so this could save you roughly 2 years of doing this, but I've booked 1,000 sales calls using cold DMs. And before you click off like, oh, another cold DM tutorial, that's not what this is, because what I want to explain is back to the offer again. Everybody preaches this, right? Everybody preaches cold DMs here. But what they don't preach is the brand associated with the cold DMs that you need to do. Because building a brand, which really I'm just talking about creating a YouTube channel, creating Instagram content, explaining your value, your mechanism, how you can get people results, is ultimately how people buy into you, right? This is you right here. How do you get people to buy into you? It's combining the cold DMs and literally doing a ton of inputs. So 500, 1,000 cold DMs a day, combined with a brand, makes your sales calls 10 times easier, makes people actually willing to pay you, and makes people understand how you're going to help them before they get onto a sales call. If you're in the trenches right now, you would resonate with me on this a lot. Dude, I would get people on sales calls and they would literally tell me, like, what do you do? Like what do you even do? And it would tick me off. And it wasn't their fault. It's because I didn't have a proper brand to explain the value and the process that I do and all the value I could provide for them. So I had to explain it on every single sales call, and it was just a disaster. So here's the whole process, right? Step one, we actually have the cold DMs. This is how we generate attention. This is the top of funnel. And with the cold DMs, I've done it on Instagram and Facebook. Now, you really just want to pick where's your market? Where are they? Where do they hang out? Is it Facebook groups? Is it Instagram, and you could use hashtags to find them? That's ultimately how you find people to outreach to. So that part's very simple. Now, in terms of the actual outreach script, you could go look at my other videos that I've done about that. But you want to be offering value. So very simple. I'm not going to hit on this too much, but you want to pitch value. You want to pitch a free asset. So the pitch is actually your VSL. So what you're going to do is you're going to figure out, right, your VSL and the pain points that you're solving. What people are paying for is for you to solve their darkest, deepest secrets. I'm giving you guys the sauce right now that people don't talk about. If you just go to somebody and say you're going to run their Facebook ads to generate them X, Y, and Z amount of leads, they don't care. They hear that every day, guys. So what you need to understand, and what I wish I understood, is that if you come from providing value to solve their deepest, darkest secrets, for me, guys, I worked with realtors. And the reason I was able to make my cold DMs and my whole outreach system work to book 1,000 sales calls was because when I was pitching them, I wasn't offering to solve their lead flow problem. I wasn't offering to solve, having a bad media buyer and they're getting super high cost leads. The problem I was solving for realtors was their lead quality. Because what kept them up at night, this is how you figure out what's their deepest, darkest pain that they wish they could find someone, that they could pay them to immediately resolve that pain. For realtors, it's they were working with marketing agencies, they were working with lead generation companies like Zillow, and the lead quality was horrible. They were getting such crappy leads. And so I came from a place where I would come into their DMs, and this was without a brand. I did this without a brand. It was so hard to get people to trust me. If I knew what I knew now, it would have saved me so much time, so much effort. I would have made so much more money. But the value that I was pitching was, hey, I have a video showing you how you can get the highest quality leads on the market by doing X, Y, and Z mechanism, right? And all that my mechanism was using landing pages with qualifying questions, but I positioned it to solve their darkest pain. And they resonated with that. My outreach message hit. They're like, yeah, I've been dealing with crappy leads this whole time. Thanks. I'd love to watch the video. So that's how you actually pitch it in the cold DM. And then what you do is you send them your VSL. So let me think about like how could you do this for, I don't know, a short form content offer? Well, you could talk about coming from a place of value. Maybe what keeps people up at night that want to create short form content is the fact that they're getting views, but they're not able to monetize their views. So you can come from a place where you hit them up in the DMs and you say, hey, love your brand, whatever, you want to give a nice little compliment. Don't make it cheesy, guys. Like, give a genuine compliment. Actually take a second to look at their brand. And then you want to offer them a video and say, hey, by the way, I just made a short little video for you explaining exactly how you can not only get 10,000 views this month guaranteed, but how you can monetize those views and get an extra 5 clients from it. So you see how for this industry, I'm solving a different dark pain point where everybody else is telling them that they could just get them views. Then they work with those people and the views never convert, so that the agency's churn or the client churns on the agency. And so now you're coming in to solve that problem that person ran into with a previous agency. This is how you beat a saturated market, guys. You literally solve the problem that your clients are running into from working with other agencies. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So that's if you're in a saturated niche. If not, you have a way easier job and you could just give a guarantee in terms of clients they can get, revenue they could generate, leads they could get, and that type of thing. So with that being said, you want to send them the VSL. Now, with the VSL, there's 2 places you could really host them. I did a landing page. You could also do a YouTube video. Now, on the landing page, what I did working with realtors, this is going into the next step. This is sauce right here, guys. When we're going to set appointments, maybe you're going to have like 10% like KPI, maybe 15% of people auto book onto a sales call. But the truth is that you're leaving out so much money on the table. So what I did, since realtors have their phone numbers everywhere, is I would have my outreach specialist, and even when I was doing this myself, I would go and scrape their phone number. And I would manually add these people that said yes to the VSL onto Go High Level, and then I would dial them. And that's how I set all 1,000 of my appointments, besides the people that would auto book, was by dialing them up, calling them 6 times within the first week of me adding them into High Level, until they answered. And then I had, of course, a script to run through and actually book them into an appointment. So here's what you could do. You could run a landing page with either an opt-in form to collect name, number, and email, and then start an email sequence and then start dialing them up. The problem with that is you're going to get a lot of people that don't opt in because they're expecting this free source, this free sales asset. So what do you do in this situation? Well, you could just send them a VSL with no opt-in, just has the video and then a little button to book a call. And then you could continue the conversation in the DMs. So what you could do is, let's say they say, yes, I'd love to check out that video. You go, awesome, here's the link to that video. You send them the video and then you ask a following question. And by the way, how long have you been, trying to fix X problem? How long have you been dealing with X, Y, and Z? And then they answer, and then you start a flow in the DMs to actually book them in to either an intro call or a sales call, right? Really, we want to go for the sales call in the DM. So that's method 2 to set appointments. is through the DM. Method 1, which I used, was to dial them up because I was able to scrape their phone number. So if you're in a niche where people don't have their phone number out there, there's a lot of gatekeepers, that type of thing, you could go for DM bookings. And then ultimately auto bookings, that's for all of them. Same thing if you host a VSL on YouTube. You could just post this video on YouTube, and then in the description of your video, you could have your Calendly link to book a call. So this right here is exactly how the whole system works. We're outreaching Instagram and Facebook, we're sending them the VSL through a landing page or through YouTube, and then we're either calling our leads and texting, or we're sending DMs, continuing the conversation in there, going for a meeting, and we're also getting people to auto book. This is literally how I booked 1,000 of these calls. Now, here's where a lot of people mess up. They don't have a middle of funnel. And you guys, if you've seen my channel, you've heard me preach this. Middle of funnel is the nurture mechanism. This blows my mind that people don't implement this. You need to create sales assets that sell people before a call. The single best way to do this is by creating a YouTube channel and literally posting one video per week. You don't even have to try to go viral, dude. Just try to appeal to your TAM in whatever industry you're in and solve specific problems in each videos and handle objections. You want to treat your YouTube channel like a library of sales assets that pre-fire objections. On these YouTube videos, pretend like you're on a sales call with them, except they're just not there. And you're just pre-firing objections. So this comes down to really understanding your niche, and that comes with time. But when you have a YouTube channel, after somebody books in through a dial, through a DM, or through an auto booking, you say, hey, check out my channel to learn exactly how this whole thing can work and how we can guarantee you X, Y, and Z. Because I'll tell you, if you just give a guarantee out there, people will not trust you unless they could understand the mechanism, the model you're teaching, and what you're going to do for them that's going to get them the result. So that's also the purpose of the YouTube channel. Now, on your Instagram, you could also have testimonials. If you have any, you could do that on your story highlights and that type of thing. But this is how you nurture people. And without this step, you're going to be closing deals at 10%. You're going to have a 40% show-up rate, and it's going to be miserable. Okay? So super important you implement a middle funnel. And then ultimately, bottom of funnel, you want to absolutely get nasty at sales calls. And I'll tell you guys, you could quote this one for me. You have a marketing problem. Not, terrible handwriting here, my bad guys, not a sales problem. Oh my gosh, you guys need to print this out, slap it on your forehead. You have a marketing problem, not a sales problem. I'm saving you what I didn't understand. I spent hours every single day watching Jeremy Miner's NEPQ to try to figure out how to close better than 20% of these deals. But it's because I had no middle of funnel. I had no YouTube channel. I had no brand to nurture these people. The single biggest lever you could pull if you're ripping these cold DMs, implement a middle of funnel and make sure you're nurturing your leads. That will make your closing rate skyrocket even if you suck at sales. You can only get so much incrementally better at sales by watching Jeremy Miner and stuff versus implementing a whole part of the funnel that you're missing. So that's my little rant there, but ultimately that's the whole funnel and how you guys can scale. Now, this alone will not let you hit 10K a month ASAP. Like I said at the beginning, you need leverage, and here is how I did it. This is a picture of me and my team of outreach specialists. Okay, now I have 4 people here that would each send 200 DMs per day. Right? So you do, quick math, 800 DMs per day. I would send 800 DMs per day. I wouldn't send them. They would send them on my behalf. Because each of them had 5 Instagram accounts. They would send 40 DMs per Instagram account. And I was within KPI because I had a good value proposition to send people my VSL. And I was getting a 5% positive response rate. That's how I was able to get 40 leads a day. Like, it's not rocket science, guys. This is literally how you could blitz your way to 10K a month. Imagine you had 40 leads a day interested in your value, in the value you could provide to solve their darkest problem. Then you just dial them up, you DM them, and you get auto bookings. Like, this is how you get to 10K a month so easily. Now, with this, I was able to print $6,000 weeks, like clockwork. And I mean, this just works, guys. Like, this prints money. I mean, if you want these results, it's very simple. Google Sheets equals money. If you are not tracking the stuff that you're doing, you do not want to make money. I'll make that very clear. I'm the least Google Sheets guy. I barely even know how to operate it. And I hate numbers. Like, I hate all this like tracking stuff. I had to do it because without it, I would have failed. So I'll give you guys my tracking sheets, but this is an example of my tracking sheet for each of my outreach specialists. They would have to come in every day. They would have to give a link to each prospect, each realtor, and then they would have checkboxes. Have they sent DM1? So DM1 could be an easy question. Hey, are you looking to get more listings? Hey, do you work with blah, blah, blah? Whatever it might be, easy question. And then they would check it off once the lead responds, and we actually send them our pitch, providing value. And then we follow up. We send 3 follow-ups if they don't respond every 2 days. And again, they have to check this off to ultimately send message 3, which is the VSL, and then how many calendar links have we sent, how many not interested do we have. I would track this every single day. Of course, this is blank. I'll show you guys an actual filled out template after this, but you guys go copy this. This is how you should do it. Because you need to understand where are the bottlenecks, what are the constraints within my outreach process. Because maybe you're sending DM1 and nobody's responding to your easy questions. So it doesn't even matter what any of these scripts are. This is why you have to A/B test all of this. See what I'm saying? I'll give you guys some more practical stuff here. This is literally a screenshot of one of my outreach specialists. His name's Jed. This is one of my outreach guys. This is his tracking sheet. These are independent days over a month. So he would send roughly 200 DMs per day. Sometimes it's lower because accounts get banned, they get flagged, and that type of thing. That's a problem you just have to figure out, and that's something that we've solved. So he would send about 200 DMs per day. You see the average here, he sent 188 per day over the month. And then how many DM2s did we send? Again, DM2 is the pitch. Hey, I have this video for you solving X, Y, and Z problem. Would you like to check it out? So and here's the actual number. You see the KPI here is 40%. So we want 40% of people that we initially reach out to be open to say yes to the easy question so that we could send DM2 the pitch. So I would get 40%. You see my average here is 39.4. 39.4% of people that we sent DM1 to said yes, and then we're okay with DM2. When we sent DM2, we tracked how many VSLs sent. So these are actual leads. These are people that said, yes, I'd love to see a video solving this specific problem. Look at this, guys. 18 leads in a day. This is freaking bonkers. We were getting 11 leads a day from one guy. This is just one screenshot. So you add in the 3 other guys, that's how we get to 40 leads a day, right? Simple. Now the KPI here, and I mean I literally have it written down right here, we want a 40% response rate to the first DM, so we could send DM2, and then we want a 5% positive response rate to DM2. So how many people have we pitched? We want 5% to turn into VSLs sent. And as you can see here, we have the percentage of VSL sent from DM2, and we were at 6.83%. And these are how we got these numbers. Very simple, right? But you have to track all of this. We tracked all of our follow-ups. The money's in the follow-ups, guys. And as you can see, this is literally what you need to do. So go snatch this from me, copy and paste it, make this Google Sheet, track how many DM1s you sent, DM2s, how many VSLs you send, track your percentages, and you're going to make money because you could find the constraint. This didn't just happen overnight. I had to redo DM1 to get people to say yes to being open to the pitch. And then let's say the pitch wasn't converting at 5% positive response rate. I had to fix the pitch. Let's say the VSL wasn't getting a 10% auto booking. What would I have to do? I would have to change my VSL, right? And so this is how tracking allows you to make money because you're able to find the constraint within your system, and that's how you could print $6,000 weeks. Simple, not easy, right? So you have to track everything. Steal this from me. Some results, I mean, guys, this thing just rips. We have Luca here, signed a $950 a month client. Bill got a sales call. He got his like first couple free trial clients. If you don't have clients, do free trials or give a really, really good guarantee. And be okay with refunding people if you're not good enough, because you need to get good enough in order to build a sustainable business. We have this guy here, just commented, said I'm giving out $1,000 worth of information. This stuff freaking works. This guy got his first auto booking from the VSL, again, completed for free. Aaron got this was a 3K client on Christmas that he closed using the same exact system. He actually closed a realtor. So I say all of this, guys, because I want to provide value in hopes that my free stuff is better than people's courses that you pay for. So you should have the entire script. Rewatch this video. You should understand exactly how you can book 1,000 sales calls as well. You have the entire framework. You understand you need leverage and you need guys to plug this in, and you understand the tracking sheets they need to use to be able to find the bottlenecks and constraints within the system, and that's how you scale. Now, here comes my call to action. If you guys want my help implementing this, I have a Calendly link in the description. I don't care if you book a call or not. I literally gave everything away right now, but a lot of you guys need more help than just the information. You actually need implementation, and so I'm trying to serve you guys as best as I can, and hopefully you can tell by my free content, by my channel, that I'm trying to make you money for free. But if you want to work with me, you want to get mentored by me, you want to get there faster than it's going to take you to learn on your own and all the time it took me, you could book a call below and see if you qualify, see if you could apply. I actually have a guarantee in place right now that I could help you get to 10 to 30K a month in profit, guaranteed, or I don't get paid working with you. Because every single client I work with, all of these guys in my group, my inner circle group, they are freaking crushing it. So this is a B2B offer. If you don't have at least a couple clients, if you don't have proof of concept, at least one client, proof of concept, you maybe have done some outreach and you just need help scaling it, then I could for sure help you. So that's why it'll be a no pressure call. See if you can qualify, see if I can help you actually get there guaranteed. And if not, I'll just give you some action steps. So yeah, if you want to check that out, you could click down below. If not, dude, implement the stuff and let me know. Let me know in the comments when you make money for free. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'm going to continue putting out some bangers for you. And yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.